Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal doing something a little bit spontaneous this time around, so I am going to go ahead and mess around in Divinity Original Sin 2. So if you're not aware, I am a big fan of the first Divinity game. I love it, it's very aesthetically pleasing, there's a lot of witty banter, and you can just murder the shit out of anything you want to, regardless of the consequences. This game is pretty much the same, but it expands on a lot of the aesthetics of the first game. And you'll see what I mean as we press on, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into character creation. So we are doing a single player game, and I am going to smash that miss thing. Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal back at it again, and I am doing something a little bit different this time around, so I am going to go ahead and mess around in Divinity Original Sin 2. So if you're not aware, I am a big fan of the first Divinity Original Sin game. It is fun, you can wander around and be all tactical like, you can murder anything you want if you're willing to suffer the consequences, and it's just very witty and cute, and the plot makes a little bit of sense. But, you know, this game expands on that. It takes place about 1,000 or so years after the first game, and you get even more story, and it makes a little bit more sense this time around. So, you know, I'm all about it, so let's jump into it. So we are going to smash that tactician mode. This is basically the hard mode of the game. We are going to see enemies use unique skills and abilities unique to tactician mode, but it's probably not going to matter that much. I'm not sure how long this playthrough is going to go. I don't know if this is going to be a full-fledged Let's Play, but, you know, if y'all are interested in it, if y'all are down, if y'all are really feeling it, I could keep playing this game, because I'll just turn on the camera whenever I record and won't make it a big deal. Or turn on the camera whenever I play. But anyway, so, like I said, this game's real aesthetically pleasing. You got a real dwarfy-ass looking dwarf there, man, she is short. And you got an elfy-ass elf. Look at that neck. Oh my god, neck for days. She is really an elf. And then we got boring humans. They're okay, I guess. But then you got a lizard wife. Oh my god, she's so beautiful. I love her headdress. So we have all of these three, technically four, because you can play as undead versions of any race. Oh man, you are just made of bones. And you get slightly different stories based off of the race you pick. So I should probably explain the character creation in this game. Basically, when you create a character, all of the pieces that go into creating your character, including their gender, and their backstory, actually weigh into the actual gameplay a little bit. And we're going to see what I mean in a bit, but I should probably settle on a race. So I am actually going to play a human, even though they're extremely boring, just because that's what I'm about right now. So I'm going to name this human Ebonita. There we go. I've been sitting on that name for a long time, and that name actually has a lot of history for me, and I'll tell you all about that in another video one day. But for now, we need to figure out her mode de murder. So she is a wizard. She's going to be flinging magic everywhere and setting people on fire. So character creation in this game it's expansive, but it's also not. So a lot of people are used to stuff like Skyrim or Elder Scroll games where you spend like 15,000 minutes just making your character's face not look wonky. But in this game, you don't really have that many options for your character's appearance. But what you can do is change their voice, which is neat. So that's her trickster voice. And that's her scholar voice. We're going to stick with the scholar voice. But where the real meat and potatoes of creating characters comes from is actually fucking around with your stats. So this is kind of intimidating for some people, I know. People don't like games where you have to, like, basically create characters and fuck around with stats too much. But it's pretty simple and straightforward. So our character is a wizard. She focuses on fire magic and poison magic, or geomancy, which is earth and poison are rolled into one category for some reason, which is cool with me because I just love throwing rocks at people and seeing them get poisoned. But Um, Other than that, you also have civil abilities, which affect your relationships with other people. So you could choose to be telekinetic, or you can choose to be a lore master. Lore master lets you identify enemies and items. And then you have standard stuff like sneaking and stealing and bartering and persuading people. And again, all of these actually can play into the story and change your gameplay experience. Nexto, I am going to select a talent. So talents in this game range from being just like aesthetically pleasing or just slight differences in gameplay to just really overhauling how you play. So I'm picking Lone Wolf. What that means is if I have one or less party members, I get 2 maximum HP, or AP, pardon me, plus 2 AP recovery, plus 30% vitality, that's your health, and then plus 30% physical and magical armor. Plus, all of the points we invested in our attributes are doubled. That's extremely good, but it comes at the cost of not having a full party. So we're going to take advantage of that, because this is not going to be... This probably isn't going to be a full playthrough. And then finally, to add the finishing touches, Ebonita is going to be a scholar and a barbarian, because that's what she's about. She just loves brutalizing people with her magic. So that's going to be our instrument. I wish I knew how to pronounce that thing, but you know, it's kind of thick looking. I like that shape. Oh my god, it's kind of sensuous for an instrument. But let's jump into this. So this is the cutscene. I actually haven't seen this yet before. This is my first time playing the full game.
And sent to Fort Joy.
See, you can tell someone's important when they got shoulders.
I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Spooky. I'm assuming that's not my character. Hey, Lamau, you were on the title screen.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
What if the real Godwoken was the friends we made on our journey? So, some of those words probably made 0% sense to you, and that is basically how this game goes. Like, there's like a huge storyline. This series has like a bazillion thousand games in it that many people have never played. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just like the series is a little bit obscure until recently when they released Divinity Original Sin. And it has just this huge-ass world that you can't really understand in its entirety, in my opinion. You have to really scrounge around, and part of it is your character doesn't really know what the fuck is going on in a lot of cases. So you are learning just as much as your character does. So the best way to start learning is to steal whatever the fuck you can. So we're going to steal that book off the table and read it. We have too long presumed Source as a virtuous part of civil society. We need to look no further than the past, than the Source King's reign, to understand the havoc such magics may wreak. One day another order must follow in the steps of the Source Hunters. Sorcerers can and must be muted. The new model of Source Callers, provided by Vridman, is proving most effective. So I'm going to go ahead and clear up something real quick. So Source is a specific type of magic that is relevant to the plot in this game, but not all magic is Source magic. So me doing this, making this fire here today, is not Source magic. That's just regular fire magic. But this magic skill right here, Dome of Protection, which I can't use, is Source magic. And what exactly source magic is will be explained more by the plot, but first I got some more shit to steal, so let me get up inside this cabinet. What's good, baby? Yellow. Oh, shit. So this was... There we go, we got it, Mom. Nothing in there. There's a grinning skull over there. Hello.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers'
Okay. And let's see, let's take this potion bottle. So if something is highlighted in red when you mouse over it, what that means is that if you try to pick that item up, it belongs to someone else and they'll get pissed that you're stealing their shit. However, if you murder them, it becomes untagged and you won't get in trouble for it. Well, fuck you.
Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index is pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing
Rude.
gander.
So, spoilers, I'm gonna murder her, but I am gonna tell you something. So, like I said, the character creation selections you make do affect the gameplay a bit. So, you can give a scholar answer, or you can give a barbarian answer, or you can give just a very generic answer. If they have basically like brackets around it, that basically means it's unique to your character or the situation you're in. So, I'm gonna pick a scholar answer, because, you know, I'm just gonna show her that I know a lot to assert my dominance. Oh my, she's looking me up and down.
Why don't you try casting one
Rude,
of those
okay.
soul spells of yours? See what happens.
No lesions, no trauma.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
I don't like this lady's condescending attitude. I also kind of like the whatever those are that she has that I don't have. So you start off this game with no weapons, so you're kind of at a disadvantage, but I started with Lone Wolf, which is going to make me a bit stronger than I normally would. So, also, why the fuck do we have a collar on?
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
Alright, let's do it. I'm gonna blast your fucking face off, kiddo. You recall great powers building inside you, the ones you commanded before your capture. Unleash them. Okay. So you'll learn that the Magisters, that's the group of people that run this whole shindig, they're a little bit dumb, because they don't strip you of your regular magic, which is an important point, because I'm going to throw a rock in her fucking face in a second, and she's going to have to get into it, because she didn't think to stop me from just casting regular magic. Kaboom. Okay. Oh, your attitude towards me decreased. That's cute. That's good. That's good. How about, there you go. Okay. And like that, we're in combat. So, this is going to be a tutorial in, basically how to fight things in Divinity. So, if you look at the enemy's health bar, which you can see kind of above where we're at right now, they have two bars. They have a gray one and a blue one. The blue one is their resistance to magic. You need to break through their resistance to magics to make sure that they're fully vulnerable to your spells. Once that's gone, they can be affected by status effects or bonus effects from your spells, like being lit on fire. Also, I'm going to piece the fuck out, because I'm ready to not be near her, because she's going to explode in the near future. So, this game is also turn-based, if you can't tell. I'm gonna go ahead and just, we'll go ahead and just show this off. So you have scrolls too, which let you cast spells one time. You can't reuse those. Oh man, you are definitely on fire. That's rude. Alright, and I guess we're just gonna have to... Oh, we don't have the puncher. We're gonna light her on fire. There you go. And we'll go with another ignition just for good measure. And... let's see. And we'll punch her. Nah, that ain't working out too well. We're just gonna have to let her burn to death, so we're gonna peace out over here. And she got incinerated. Good for her. I'm glad she has that going on. So we're gonna check what was in her pockets. And also, when you play this game this way, you can actually literally kill almost any NPC in this game at any point in time, as long as you're strong enough to kill them. Like, there isn't no one who's like story tagged in a way where if you kill them, you cannot complete the game. At least theoretically. In the first game, they made it so that that didn't happen, and anyone who was plot relevant was just very strong, but you could still kill them and move through the game. So I'm hoping that it's going to be that way for this game. But anyway, if you kill people, you can often learn information that you wouldn't normally, because you'll be able to steal their shit from their dead bodies. So we have that ancient book here. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Yo, what's good? The Source King insists that there are no magics too foul, even those that would block or even remove the source within an individual. I delight in his madness. It is an invitation to manipulate all which we once believed immutable. He provides all manner of experimental subjects. The text beneath lists a series of hexes and materials required for muting source. Some of those objects are encircled in black ink and anointed as follows: helm, collar, mask. Thumbs up. Okay, well, none of that means anything to me, but apparently that book is related to how they are a muting source. So we've already done everything we can do in this room. Let's go ahead and just move forward and kick this door open. Hello. So something really important, there is social aggro in this game. Part of the reason why I dragged that Magister where I did was so that her friends did not see her smoldering corpse sitting in the middle of this room, because they would have tried to question me about why the fuck she was dead and on fire, and I would have had to try to convince them that it had nothing to do with me. But we're gonna move forward here. So there has been a murder, not as good as the murder I committed, but you know, it's still a murder, so we're gonna try to figure out what's up here.
One way or another. Nothing to see here.
So I'm gonna look directly in there because I'm nosy as hell. So does this kind of thing happen often? I wonder how they would do something like that.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up.
Okay, so this is something else I should show off here. You can barter with any NPC that you can talk to that is not immediately hostile to you. This dude don't got nothing particularly interesting, but, you know, in theory he could have something I wanted. And if I talented at the beginning of the game into thievery, I could theoretically pickpocket him using my super wizard ninjutsu. So check this shit out, I'm a barrel now. Get into it. I could theoretically rifle through his pockets, but he'd get pretty pissed at me if I did that. Also, spoilers, we're gonna murder these two in a bit, but not quite yet. So, what is the deal in here? Ugly sight, isn't it?
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers.
Not to
Sometimes
be
they
toxic,
clam up
but
in front of bring me
you
a
were
good
not
lead,
protecting him,
and
you
I'll
were
throw in a
capturing
shiny
him.
gold coin for you. A woman of principle. I get it. Wonder how you'll feel when whoever did this does it again. You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous. No lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic.
Oh, well, that's cute. I mean, I'm working on that. Are you asking me to snitch? I'm not your fucking... not your fucking winch, what the fuck? So, we're gonna be a little bit ballsy here, and I'm gonna save the game, also close the door. Don't mind us in here, gentlemen, we got some things to take care of. So, we can't rifle through this corpse while she's looking at it, because that is her corpse, apparently. But, we're gonna help her out and give her a new corpse to worry about in a second here. There we go, okay, and we're just gonna, you know, encourage ourselves, don't worry about it, ma'am. And also, I'm gonna throw a rock at your face. Kaboom. Okay, and she's mad about it. So, it's time for another fight. And it's just, this again is the beauty of the game. You can just really do whatever the fuck you want and light people on fire, punch them in the face. I'm gonna do that real quick just to assert my dominance. Oh, I kicked her in the shin, actually. And I will save my action points for now. So it's actually convenient we're fighting her in here just because archers tend to be extremely annoying to kill for mages in this game. It's basically like RuneScape counters. Mages are extremely squishy, they take a lot of physical damage, and they just have a really hard time dealing with... Oh shit, I fucked that up. I'm gonna have to move back a bit. They have a hard time dealing with people who can just hit them constantly. But, lucky for me, she is made of fire, and she is probably gonna die. Don't kill me. Well, she murdered me. Okay, so we're loading the game. So, the reason I'm showing this is because y'all are getting the real-ass Divinity experience here, in that you are gonna die a lot in this fucking game. Because a lot of things that happen are just completely dependent on damage rolls, so... I almost barely survived that hit, but she made it, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and try this one more again, and we're also going to do this. So one of the things that happened in that previous round that kind of fucked me over was that I actually created a smoke cloud, which made it so I couldn't see her while she was in it. You can make smoke clouds whenever you cause fires abruptly by igniting oil, and it ends up making things a little bit more complicated because you can't directly aim at people, you have to just use area of effect attacks. And we'll end our turn. I'm praying she does not kill me. She is gonna kill me. Okay, maybe, you know... she was not meant to be murdered. We're going to load the game one more again. But rest assured, we're going to kill her eventually. We just need to maybe get maybe a single piece of armor first. In fact, do you have anything to sell me that could help me kill you? Well, you do have some orange juice. That is very yummy. Let's, how much does orange juice cost? Too much. I'm very broke right now. I guess I could sell you this book that I read... and this book that I read. Let's do it. I'll take 2 gold for that. Thank you very much. Okay. But, you know, we're gonna peace out for... Oh, hey, a poetry book. Let's read that. I'm ready to get cultured. A woman from Driftwood with a nary a care offered me kisses that answered my prayer. I accepted her gift, and then to my dismay, a spider she was, and I her buffet. Once feasting was over, she licked her red lips, arose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming and bade her farewell. My prayers indeed answered, though I still did swell? Question mark. Okay, well that was above average. And we're gonna just walk out of here, don't mind me, gentlemen, and go into this next area. So we're about to get introduced to a lot of characters right here, and it is also important not to get distracted by that and to explore everything you can, basically, because you want to start building up as much of an inventory as you can. More importantly, we want some fucking gold so we can actually buy stuff. Basically, gold is currency for murdering people in a lot of ways. You really, once you get to the point where things don't like one-shot you or two-shot you or kill you in 3 hits, then you're in business and you can basically do whatever the fuck you want for a large portion of the game. Also importantly, each stat point in this game is extremely valuable, because you get so few of them that they have just a really huge impact on fights. Which is why Lone Wolf is so good. I should probably ask how y'all are doing. I'm doing just fine. I'm playing this game. I spent like 6 hours downloading it because it was about 15 gigs, and it was running in the background while I was doing other stuff on my computer too.
I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent
Hello.
the night before last. Shall I?
Rude. That's a little bit cryptic. What's good? Okay. Can I join you? You seem to enjoy killing people. Oh my. Oh, she's an elf too, I forgot. Rolling dice. Oh my god, she really loves being cryptic. Can you read the future in cow entrails as well?
Stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were
This is basically an introduction to the fact that each race, each race has a unique skill that they have. Elves can actually consume or taste the corpses of other people, and they can gain their skills and memories, which is really neat, but I can't deal with how long their fucking necks are and how pointy their ears are. It just really bothers me. So we're gonna go ahead and give her a lick.
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Double okay.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetite.
Oh man, I had my coochie out in that cellar. Okay, I guess. I mean, I can't deny it.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen courses.
Oh my.
And I don't intend to do away with the custom.
I've decided that we're destined to be girlfriends at some point in time. So, I guess I should cut to the chase. Why the fuck are you rolling those dice so ominously?
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly
Oh
by
my.
the chin, with the intent
I
of
don't know if I want to
inspecting your
date
teeth.
someone who enjoys being so cryptic. Also, what the fuck are you doing? I guess that's her rolling dice animation. So, I wonder where we're at on time. I'm gonna have to check real quick. Oh, we're at 28 minutes. Should I pause this shit, I guess? I mean, I killed 2 people, and we're in this ship. We've started making some friends. I guess I will talk to... Actually, wait a minute. The fuck?
Can you cook?
Oh my. That lizard's so strong looking. Ooh, oh my god, he's making me blush.
Don't even mention the demon's testes that are turnips. On to the second question. Can you knit?
He's so
weave,
dominant.
tailor?
What are you doing?
Yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic, a bag is as good as a shirt kind of style. I shouldn't be getting my hopes up. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal
My character notably cannot cook. She has literally murdered people her entire life for food, so we are going to say I can barely tell a turkey from a turnip. Oh my. Why does he sound a little bit like Robbie Rotten? Not like exactly, but the inflection is
I
there.
suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can groom, but you have the taste buds of a young people.
Oh my god.
And the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit. That won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave.
I kind of suspect this wizard wants me to be his bed wench, or lizard wants me to be his bed wench. And you know, like, he's kind of juicy for a lizard. He's got a really nice tail, but I don't know if I'm liking his attitude. You know, I do have good personal hygiene. Let's evaluate, shall we?
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Rude. Boy, you said what now?
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, we've got this wolf on a leash now.
You know,
As soon as the Inquisitor
I'm probably gonna have to murder you eventually, but don't worry about it yet. We're gonna